Hello everyone, it's Graham from Lakeside, and as you can see, I've got the camera pointing underneath the storage yard. I've got all the track laid down now with all the points, and I've actually now organised, as best I can anyway, all the diesel locomotives that I've got, including all 5 HSTs. So I've got the Midland Pullman here, sorry, the Midland Main Line here, the Virgin there, and the other 3 are over there. So I've got 2 Grand Centrals and the Yellow Banana. So that's all 5 catered for, which has really pleased me, because this was the hardest thing to get right, was having all the permanent stock of the coaches manageable, so that I didn't have to keep hooking them up, unhooking them and so forth. So they can all go up to the main line now, all in one piece. So that's great. I'm really pleased about that. Over there, I've got, let's just zoom in a bit. I've got my DMUs, so I've got the Thumper, the 2-bill and the Derby Lightweight, so they're okay, they're all hooked up permanently, so they're on the smaller sidings. I've then got over the back there some Westerns, Class 42, Class 50 and the Class 24, which you can just see. There's the Class 24 just there, and the Class 50 sitting behind it. They are on a small siding, which I'm using as the siding for the mules, the donkeys, so they can chug around on this level, and obviously the next layer above it when I come to do it, picking up coaching stock or wagons. But I think I've decided that the wagons will stay on the main track. I shall make up a small goods yard up there, I think. I'm undecided. I still might have them on the upper level, but I'll think on that. And then down here I've got all the larger diesels, the 66s, 60s, running down there. Class 73s, there's 4 of those. Now you will notice that at the moment they're all in a line. That's purely because I've run out of points. What I will be doing is eventually, when I get some more points, I will have them in their own little yards, all driving off their own points. So at the moment, for instance, if I wanted the one right at the back, say where the 60 is, the blue 60, I'm going to have to shunt all those lot out to get to the one at the back. Whereas when I do it properly, then I'll just be able to drive it out on its own little siding. And I've got ample room down there still. When you consider that this is all my diesel stock, then there's still room available, loads of room yet. So I'm really pleased about this, because obviously until you lay it out, you don't really know if it's all going to fit in. You can kind of guesstimate, and I thought I would just about do it, but I've done it with room to spare, and so I've got ample room to have each one of those in its own little siding off a spur of a point. So chuffed to bits about that, and it all works. Unfortunately, I wanted to do a little running session today, but time's beat me, I'm afraid, and this is all disconnected from the main track at the moment, so I can't do that. But hopefully maybe on Tuesday, which is the next time I might be able to get some work done on it, I might be able to hook it up temporarily and get something done then. So that's the lower level basically sorted, apart from the modifications which I'll be doing down here when I get some more points. But the main problem I was going to have was fitting in the HSTs, because they are incredibly long. Now I've only got 6 coaches plus the lead and the trailer on all of these, which is all I want, because I can't fit them onto the any longer. I can't fit them onto the platforms of Lakeside. So yeah, I only want them 6 long anyway. So I'm happy with all this. It's all working out, and yeah, the spacing is right. They've all fitted in nicely. So yeah, pleased punch about that. Now another modification I've been doing, I've filled my camera through this here. Another modification I've done, let's just get up a minute, is that I've changed all the helix. Now I know it worked before, and it worked, but it didn't work as best I wanted it to. So while I was at the stage where I was at, then I wanted to correct it, and the reason being was that it was not great when it came to that far end. As you know, I had a bit of a problem up there, but I've now corrected that, and the way I've done it is that I've added in another circuit. So this is the new circuit. So it's basically only 9 inches at this point away from the top of the track. So what you can see is now this new rail here, this new section has gone in, and it now goes through. I'll come through without bumping my head, and goes through there. Oh, there it is there. It's going through there. And I'll just come through here and I'll show you what's happening. So it goes through, and you can see the top level there runs through. And so now on this side I've got 3 layers. So I've got the original first, a modified second rail just here, this one. So that's now sitting at a much shallower angle, and then above that is another one coming out, and if you see there's a piece of wood sticking out there, that's the top of the piece of track which goes behind the or underneath the tunnel and out through the tunnel portal. So that's going to work much better now with 3 rather than 2. So that's what I've been doing virtually all this week, is laying this lot out there. Actually might be able to get a better view if I do that from here. Bear with me. There you go. So that gives you a fairly good extent of the length of the fill yard. And what's pleased me now is that using 3 circuits rather than 2, and I'm hoping that, I'm pretty positive now that I might even be able to do away with the magnets on the trains. The reason being is that I know all the HST go up absolutely fine, and the only one I've got to try now are the fixed rakes of the steamers, and they're the coronations. Now I know that the coronations with 6 coaches on went up as far as the top here, I couldn't go any further because I haven't finished it. But if they've gone up these three, then there's no reason really why they shouldn't tackle that last bit there. But if they don't, then I'll have to use the magnetic strips, but I've got a feeling that I won't need to. There's no reason why, because once you get to that point there at the top, it flattens off, and that was the problem I was having, in that because this third track wasn't here, this second track was going up, and then from there it was still going up to meet the tunnel portal, and I was breaking my golden rule in that I wanted all bends and curves on the flat. Every single curve is flat, it's not on an incline. The only inclines are on the straights, and that's where it was going wrong. Up here it was going uphill and on a curve, and I kept looking at it. I thought, well, I know it works, but it's not right, it's not what I wanted. And I thought, no, while I'm at this stage I want to correct that. So now after it gets round that last curve, it will be on the flat. It's going to be more work, but I don't care. It's I want to get this right, and it's looking good so far. I've done quite a few. I've just done quite a few tests this week with as much stock as I could, and it's all working out very, very well. The only things which don't work with a load are obviously the little 060s and the 040s I've got, but as I've said previously, I'm not really going to want to take up a little shunter up this incline with a load on. That's meant for the fun bit, that's meant for the shunting up on the main layout, so I can just take a little 060 diesel up there empty by itself, and then get the class 50 to bring up whatever it needs, which is kind of what they do in real life, isn't it? And it just gives me a bit of fun as well. So for the second level, that's going to be for steamers and coaching stock. Now I haven't got as much as steamers as I have diesels, so yeah, they're going to fit in very, very comfortably. I've got no problems with those, and because I wanted the diesels on the bottom, because I know that they haven't got a problem going up the helixes, so that it gives a much better chance for steamers if they're already on the upper level. They've only got to do one circuit and they're up. So that's the plan, and I've got no reason to figure out why they shouldn't go up. I've taken up the Coronation with 6 coaches, so that's the maximum I should be doing. So that's it for the moment. So I was hoping to do a shot of the filial with it all working, but I'm afraid time's just run out, and I'm now packing up. So I will get this up, and I will wait for your comments. I know a few people have been commenting in this series about it won't be working, you won't have enough room, it'll be too tight in there, you won't be able to get to them, what about derailing and sort of. Do you know what? I've had nothing derail. I've had no coaches come off with the tension lock couplings, which people were saying would fail going up and down the slopes. No, they haven't, they're fine. I can get my hands in underneath. There's quite a bit of room actually. I know it looks tight on here, but there is quite a bit of room for me to get my hand in down here. I know the top level's not on yet, but I should still have plenty of space. And apart from that, what other options have I got? This is certainly far, far better than what I had before, where they were just all crammed in and I was still having to manhandle them out if you remember, they were much closer together than what these are. If I take you around here, you can see the spacing. So there's a good space in between them. But they will be, not the HSTs, but from there on, they will be fanned out so that they can come out by themselves, not like that. But again, on real life situations, you do see locomotives all lined up like that, and when you want the second to last one, you've got to move all the front ones. But I don't want that. I do want it so that I can just drive them out. So we are getting there. We are getting there. Right, that's enough of me waffling. Oh, look at that. So that's about it. I should be not working too much on the railway this week. I've got Tuesday I've allocated for working, so but after that I should probably be out and about. But hopefully on Tuesday I'll see if I can get something from the lower level coming out of that tunnel, like I did before, but properly this time. Okay people, thanks for watching, and have a great week. Bye for now. Bye.